Hello there, sir.
Hi.
Hello. I just had a report from two members of the public. Just get out from my face for a moment. I don't mind you recording me. I just don't want it in my face.
I'll hold it back a little bit.
No, I've had two reports from two members of the public saying that you've been here. They think your actions have been quite suspicious, videoing the security centre over on the right-hand side there. Could you tell me what your business is here today?
I'm just testing my camera.
You're testing your camera? Okay. Do you know what building that is?
Yeah, of course I do, yeah.
What building is it?
MI5, I think.
MI5. Today is obviously at the moment the counter-terrorism level is quite high. Do you realise that? Did you realise that was a question?
There hasn't been an attack for a few years now, no?
No, but the threat level is still considered to be quite high. It's generally quite in the news, but if you're not, I've just educated you. The fact that it is.
Yeah, cool,
okay,
man.
You understand that.
Cool.
And obviously some of the tactics that these people employ, unfortunately, is sort of reconnaissance. So they look at some sort of the more interesting buildings within London, some of the more security sort of buildings within London, and they would look to do some form of reconnaissance, pretty much what you're probably doing, taking some form of video footage
I'm not doing
on
reconnaissance.
cameras. Okay, but you can understand that your actions at the moment do look like that. Do you understand that?
I understand that you think that, yeah, but it's not the fact. It's not the truth. That I haven't got any sinister intention.
Okay, cool. What's your name, please, buddy, so I can just confirm who you are?
I'm not prepared to give my name.
Well, if you can allow me to confirm who you are, then I can establish your identity, and in which case, after that, then I can confirm the fact that you may or may not be obviously doing what you're doing reasonably. Because if you don't confirm who you are, then that's going to put some doubt around your identity, in which case that's going to start to make me a bit more suspicious about your actions, about what you're doing here today. However, if you're willing to give me your name and I can identify who you are, then we can take a step forward about what you're doing is reasonable or not. So, one, can you give me your personal details, and two, do you have any photographic ID, please?
I don't have any photographic ID, and I can't give you my details.
But why is that, sir? Could you perhaps give me a reasonable explanation as to why you don't want to give me your details?
I refuse to answer based on the 1st, 4th, 5th and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution.
And what are those, sir?
This guy is fucking stupid!
Refuse to answer based on the 1st, 4th, 5th and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution.
And what are those, sir?
You can look it up on Google.
Well, no, I'm asking you.
1st, 4th, 5th and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution.
Okay, well, I'll give you another chance if that's possible.
I'm not going to provide my name. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Well, I'm trying to be reasonable here.
I know you are. I'm in a public place.
I'm going to explain it just one more time for you, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So, obviously, your actions have been reported to me by two members of the public. It's deemed to be suspicious. I've told you around, obviously, the threat level in terms of terrorists at the moment is quite high.
I'm not a terrorist.
So, I'm telling you that's the threat level. I'm not saying whether you're a terrorist or not. I'm also telling you, obviously, your actions around one of the main security buildings in London is also deemed to be suspicious. And an easy way for me to establish whether or not what you're telling me is the truth would be to establish your identification. So at the moment, you're making me a lot more suspicious and starting to sort of ground up a few more grounds of whether or not I think what you're doing is reasonable or not. So if you could help me out here, if you can give me your details,
I don't think it's going to help you out very much.
Then I can progress it a little bit more.
I don't think it's going to help you out very much.
It is going to help me, as I've just explained. So
I don't think it will.
I'll ask you again. Could you just give me your name or some way to confirm who you are?
I think it'll just make you more suspicious.
Why is that?
Because the Metropolitan Police are good at racial profiling.
Or some way
I think
to confirm
it'll just
who
make
you
you
are.
more suspicious.
Why is that?
Because the Metropolitan Police are good at racial profiling.
No, I'm just asking you your details. The most reasonable people, having the explanation that I've given you, would be willing to give me their details.
Actually, that's not true.
You're being quite compliant, but
Okay.
what I'm not happy with is obviously your actions here today in terms of filming the building. The fact you won't give me your name, and the fact I've had 2 reports from 2 members of the public, you equally think that your behaviour has been suspicious, so you're going to be stopped and searched under the Terrorism Act,
That's
okay?
fine.
Do you understand that?
I understand
okay.
fully.
Just unzip your jacket for me?
Yeah, no problem.
Get your hand up first, mate.
What is this, mate?
Sorry, what is what?
What is
You have to show it to me.
There you go. Well, you've got it on you, so
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
assuming
dead.
you must know what it is.
Well, I'm going to read it and tell you what it is.
Have you not read it already, then?
Sorry?
Have you not read it already?
It's scrap paper. I need to read it to tell you what it is.
Right, it talks about identification, suspicious luggage and cargo, and stuff like that.
Can I read it?
Sursa Training
All right.
Centre.
It's scrap paper from my house.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask Yeah, all your personal belongings
Oh, okay.
are over here just for a
No
time
worries.
being.
Mate, you've got this on. That's in your property with that name and address. Is that you? And if it's not, why have you got it?
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
That's you. Fantastic. Have you got a date of birth, please? You have it, mate. And what is your name and address, please? So I can confirm that's you,
It
as
is me.
opposed to. So
It
what's
is
the
me.
name and address on
I'm
it?
telling you, that's me. I know the address on it. I'm not giving you my details. I've confirmed that's my name and address. I've gone
So what
further
is
than
the
I
name
wanted
and
to.
address on here?
I know the name and address on there, man. I'm not confirming it. If
Then
you,
I don't know that's you. If you can't.
well,
tell
it
me-
is me. Well, you can arrest me then, can't you? And we'll sort it out back at the station. It is me. You'll find out it's me. I told you I
do
didn't.
not want to resolve this without being arrested.
What?
We're not being difficult, here, sir. Just
No. I've told you it's me. I'm not an
So what
idiot.
is
I
the
can
name?
confirm.
So if you're happy that this is you, and I've got the name and address on here, then what is the issue of you telling me what that is? Because it should be the same, shouldn't it? So
Well, it is.
the only reason that you might not tell
Oh,
me that
well,
makes
it's
me
just not
suspicious
me.
that it's not you.
Well, it is me. Unfortunately, it is me.
So what is the name and address on here?
My name and address.
Which is what?
I'm not telling you.
Why are you being so difficult?
I'm not being difficult. I don't know.
You're being extreme.
I'm exercising my rights.
Okay.
You've got ID. It's in my bag. You can run a name check. You've got what you wanted.
That's not ID, is
That's
it?
not
A
ID.
name?
No, it's not ID. What
a
I mean
letter.
is, you now know who I am. You
Well,
didn't
I
get that
don't know who
before.
you are.
Well, you do.
Just to clarify matters, sir. Just to clarify matters, what we've got there is property. So what we need to establish is the ownership of that
Yeah.
property.
So you're going to arrest
A
me?
very quick way to do that would you to be able to
I'm not
confirm
confirming
what
or
those details are,
denying
to
anything.
confirm that it actually belongs to you.
I'm not confirming or denying anything at the roadside. If you want to confirm or deny it, we can go back to the police
Okay, well, we'll
station.
carry out some reasonable inquiries
Alright.
at the moment.
You can do that.
Why would you want to waste your own time doing that?
I've got nothing
That's
better
what
to
I
do.
don't understand.
Got nothing better to do.
Okay. Some Arabic film scripts as well. Any idea why you would have that? Bearing in mind, you've already said you don't understand what it says.
You chuck that and that through intelligence as well, please, mate.
Just to let you know, we are also recording, so feel free to stop because we've got it all as well. It's entirely up to you.
Oh yeah, but the only difference is if I make a freedom of information request, I won't get it.
I don't know what you're allowed and what you aren't.
No, you're not allowed it, so I'd rather have my own documentation if that's
absolutely
okay.
fine. Not a problem at all.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So the thing is that the filming of the building is not really an issue because you can get it on the internet. It's the fact that you're filming the entrance for people going in and out. That's what's causing people concern. and why we're asking so many questions. Because people do the building all the time, tourists do. The thing is, because you're not being really upfront with us, it just makes people a bit curious and a bit jumpy, really. And you could have squashed all of that 15 minutes, 20 minutes ago with a couple of answered questions. And I appreciate you've got nothing better to do, but we don't want to waste your time as much as we don't want to waste our own time. That's why we can't understand why.
Well, we're waiting on CCTV now, aren't we?
That's fine, but that could have all been sorted out 20 minutes ago.
What, the CCTV?
No, just you answering a couple of questions as to why you're here would have made it a bit quicker.
Yeah, but we still would have had to wait for the CCTV, wouldn't we?
Yeah, quite possibly.
There you go then.
But
The request would have gone in earlier. That's what my probably
Oh,
colleagues
okay.
say. And with human beings,
All right.
we can only do one
I'll take the blame then.
inquiry at a time.
I'll take the blame.
And if you look at that, we've probably spent,
That's right.
I reckon, what, 10-15 minutes looking into...
You guys are paid to be here. I wish I was.
stolen goods aspect to this, which now we know didn't exist. But at the time, because of you not being very cooperative, it made it very suspicious. So we wasted time doing that, really, haven't we, effectively? And that's wasting your time as well as ours. I started at 7 this morning. I've got another 11, 10 hours to go. But it's your time, as I try to give you the opportunity to assist with that, to speed things up for you. Okay. So,
all right. What was that? 15 inquiries.
just waiting for one phone call back. So
Okay.
it shouldn't be much longer, mate. As long as that does come back, as there's nothing untoward, then effectively it'll be a case of some words of advice for you. We've already obviously discussed about cooperating. It just saves time for you. That's a matter for you. In future cases, it's a decision for you. It doesn't affect me at all. It just means you might be kept at the roadside next to two handsome police officers for a little bit less time next time. In all seriousness, no, the thing I do want to point out to you, to be quite clear around the law and stuff like that. Okay, so today the complaint we received was around the fact that your behaviour was suspicious. So the words that we used, we described were suspicious, which is why we had two members of the public approach us, which is why you were initially stopped today. Do you understand that bit?
We understand.
Okay, so the second bit is where you're filming, obviously, the entrance, as like my colleague pointed out, a number of members of the public come in. Should complaints come in, and they haven't as yet, I'll be quite clear in that, no one's made a complaint as yet, but should a complaint come in around the fact that they feel either intimidated by that, or they find that your behaviour is either threatening, alarming, or is going to upset them in some way, then there could be some other offences that could be considered. So you could be liable to offences under the Public Order Act, or effectively breaching the Queen's peace, both of which are arrestable, and you could end up at a police station. So just something to consider. At the moment today, that is not what's been said. Today's just that you were suspicious, but if someone felt that, like, later on, if you're still videoing them, and they find that your behaviour in doing that is quite threatening, alarming, or causing them distress, then you certainly could be considered to be arrested under the Public Order Act, or, say, preventing a breach of the peace. Okay?
Okay.
That's not happening now, okay?
All right.
But it's just advice.
Okay.
All right?